Well, hello, soul family. Beautiful rising, good afternoon, and or lovely evening to you, wherever you are, depending on the location of your rotation. Thank you for stopping by my channel. This is our daily chakra energy reading, and today is Friday, July 26th of 2024. So happy Friday to all of you out there. I hope you're all doing fantastic. All of my readings are intended to be timeless, meaning whenever you have found this video is when you are meant to hear this message. So use your intuition to tune into what that message is for you. All right. Ooh, I love shuffling these cards, getting all this energy flowing through. I'm excited to see what our chakras or auric field has for us today. So, all right. Let's cut our deck and get into this message. So today I, tuning into what the collective energy was. And I feel like, and one of the main things that I heard was like forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself and giving yourself grace. So, whatever that means, however you need to do that. But it's all about if you have a best friend and say like you love this best friend, like they're just like the greatest person ever, right? And think of how you treat your best friend, how you give them advice, how you would never like want anything to how you would never want anything bad to come to them, and how you never want them to feel bad, like especially like feeling bad about themselves. So like think of like, all of like the good advice and whatever you give your best friend. So I feel like that's the energy we need to turn onto ourselves. So we need to talk to ourselves like we're our best friends. We need to consult in ourselves like we are our best friend. We need to forgive ourselves the same way we would try to convince our best friend to forgive themselves. That same energy, we should keep that energy for ourselves. Well, turn that energy for ourselves as well. Now, we don't have to necessarily keep it for ourselves. That energy can be given, of course, if you have a best friend, definitely give that energy to them as well. But are you doing that for yourself? Are you giving yourself that good advice? Are you, you know, telling yourself that, things are temporary and that you're doing great and keep going, and are you doing all of that for yourself? That's kind of the message that had came through for me earlier. And I just saw 333 on the video count. And that's been showing up for me so much lately. Just like the triple threes, three threes. And yeah. But I do feel that that is the mind, body, and spirit alignment. So that's us getting more and more in alignment with our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. So like our heart and soul being going in the same direction as our minds. And so, yeah. All right. So let's get into our affirmation, seeing how I have already talked for 4 minutes. Okay. Our affirmation for today is from the secondary chakras, elbows. Ooh, check out that healing symbol. I love it. Number 105. I live each of my relationships as intensively as is good for me at the moment. I live each of my relationships as intensively as is good for me at the moment. Yeah, perfect. Absolutely perfect. I already, yeah, yep, absolutely. So, uh, yep, this is about us knowing when and when not to put our energy into certain relationships. This is even um, what I'm feeling too is knowing when and when to, oh my goodness, when to put energy into certain things within ourselves as well. Meaning, are we feeding our bad mood? Are we feeding our, emotional outbursts? Like, what is it that we're feeding? Are we feeding our joy? Are we feeding our happiness? And so I feel that this, the relationships has to do with us ourselves as well, and how we deal with the things that are going on within us. So let's read this. Okay. I live each of my relationships as intensively as is good for me at the moment, meaning we cannot live each of our relationships with total intensity all the time. This is because of our changing needs and fundamentally limited human possibilities. It would often be a mistake to end relationships just because we cannot or do not want to live them as intensively at the moment. By the same token, it would often be wrong to praise to the skies a relationship that is very intensive at the moment as the best possible one ever. As the saying goes, the times change. Allow yourself to be a bit flexible and make it clear to the partners in your various types of relationships that you still value them even if you do not see them for a while. If you are part of a group, you can determine the respective intensity of your relationships with the others through how much attention you pay to each individual. What you perceive will influence you. If you want to avoid a certain influence, direct your attention to someone else or something that you would like to be influenced by. Healing stone, quartz crystal, ametrine, fragrance essence, patchouli, Bach flower, elm, and hornbeam. So, do not, yeah, do not feel bad for needing to take a step away from a relationship or, a friendship. I have friends that I haven't talked to in like such a long time, but we're still friends. I still consider them to be like some of my greatest friends. I mean, one of my friends, I think I mostly talk to her maybe once a year because I text her on her birthday and she texts me, and then no, twice a year because I'll text her on her birthday and she'll text me on my birthday. And then like the rest of the year, like we're just doing our own thing. And but I love her so much and still consider her to be like one of my very best friends. And the fact that we don't talk for the rest of the year or anything doesn't mean that I still don't love and value that relationship. So it's kind of that same thing. And it's about us seeing that and just being consciously aware of it. That's the thing. Just being consciously aware of it. So, and, knowing and forgiving ourselves for not, like we don't have to be go 100 in every single friendship all of the time because that would be very exhausting. So, yeah. So I live each of my relationships as intensively as is good for me at the moment. And yeah, it's completely up to you how each relationship goes and where you decide to put your attention. And so if you find yourself influenced in a negative way and you do not like it, then shift where you are putting your focus. It's simple as, I guess it's like as simple as that, but but it kind of just is. And then it's just getting in the habit of doing that same thing over and over, shifting our focus to a more positive, joyful experience. So, Well, this has been another of our affirmations. I hope you all found something that resonates with you. And if you did, please remember to hit that thumbs up. And whether or not you decide to subscribe to the channel is completely up to you. There is no pressure here. However, if you are subscribed to the channel, thank you so very much for allowing me to be part of your journey. So, and with that, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your Friday, and I will see you in the next one.